Okay, real quick, as you can see on the board, I'm going to take your book, make sure the book cover is off of it. I'm going to check your numbers, and you're turning it in. You are not getting the book back. Make sure everything is out of it, including any protractors or any practice guides or anything that you have in there. Practice test. For your semester, have that out in front of you. We are going to finish it up today. We have the last 3 to do today. We have 10, 11, and 12.
Can we just not take a semester?
Semester test is tomorrow. You don't have that option. We don't have that option. So,
Can I just take a
okay. All right. Semester test tomorrow. No matter if you missed a review day or not, it is a set date. That's how it is in college. They can care less. You missed the whole semester. Semester test is due on a certain day. So,
Gone every day.
you still take it. You just stay for the summer school. That works.
I'll just take the 0.
So, all right. So, it's semester test is tomorrow and Wednesday. That's it. They'll be hopefully handed back to you on Thursday with all grades. I appreciate everyone that submitted late work to me on Friday, because that was the last day you can submit. Drawings and sketches and stuff from Friday will be on the grade book here. And I'll make sure all videos after school today are posted. I took some offline last week, Monday through Thursday. I took those offline so you could only see Fridays. I'm going to post those back online today after school. And I'll make sure that I link other websites on it. So book check-ins, make sure you have them out and take covers off of them. You better go, and you better go fast.
Thank you. This will be my signature. This will be my signature. That's my signature. This is my signature when I was No, I'll just probably
Okay, at least it's a decent creative. There's somewhere.
Alright. Okay, here's what you need. You need your practice semester test out. We're going to go through the second half review. All computers can go away now. Goal today is to finish up 10, 11, and 12 today. On Friday we did 7, 8, and 9. I'll go over any questions. You have those at the very end today. If you have any questions on previous ones. Remember, tomorrow for practice or for semester test, there is 14 problems technically on your semester test, because the back page, which you guys have a blank, will have 2 constructions. You'll get your construction notes back tomorrow, stapled. They'll all be together because I'm going through and grading that one that we did Friday. You'll get them back. I will post all videos again tonight after school in case you want to watch any of those videos. And I'm going to link some of the other websites that I've used that have different styles of constructions to help you complete the ones that are on there, so you can watch videos of me doing all of them. So I'm going to post those tonight. I took them offline for Friday, so it was easier just to find Friday's video, but I'm going to post those so you can watch them. I totally forgot to do that over the weekend. So that'll be online tonight. Semester test is Tuesday, Wednesday this week. So whatever you don't finish tomorrow, you'll finish Wednesday. That way you can watch videos over 2 nights. Now, big thing. This is the question I always get from everybody. Ward, am I going to get my practice semester test back? No.
Oh.
You turn it in tomorrow, you don't get it back, because I have to get them graded before Thursday. So that means you need to take a picture of it tonight. Take it with your cell phone. Take some pictures. You can zoom in. You can study. If you don't have a cell phone, boo-hoo, borrow somebody that does. Have them email you. Okay? All right. Questions, comments about your practice guides? Perfect. I'm going to turn off the lights, so let's get going here.
We're going to be juniors next year.
Oh.
We're juniors now.
Okay. Shh. Okay. So going through this here, we had yesterday we did 7, 8, 9. So yesterday, or I should say Friday, we reviewed how to do the different trig functions. Again, you're going to need a calculator to work on those on the semester test. Same with number 6. So just make sure that you're ready to go on that. It'll be some type of picture right triangle you have to solve for a missing wall. We did 8, where you had to find arc, the actual measures of the arcs. I think I set those up for you, just had to finish them. And then 9, find angles in there. And I give you, I think, a bunch of hints on what types of problems could sit there for number 9. Okay, what we're going to do today is finish up 10, 11, and 12, and I'll kind of give you a hint on how you're supposed to do those. Because it's going to be covering the major stuff we've done this year. So like in circles, we talked a lot about how to find arcs and how to find angles outside or angles inside. So there's 2 problems that could potentially sit here for this problem number 10. Let's do this one right now together, and then I'll show you an example of one that could sit there in that spot tomorrow. So it could be one like this, or it could be a different one. So on this problem, and again, these formulas you need to just know. I will not have anything on the board on semester test day. It'll just say semester test today and practice test is due. That's all it's going to say on the board. Okay, all right, so to do this problem, to find angle number 2, this is the angle we're trying to find right here. You have to subtract the two arcs from each other. So you're taking that 120 and you're subtracting the 40. Once you have those two arcs, because these are the arcs that the angle's actually looking at. You have to subtract them and then cut it in half, and that'll be the measure of angle number 2. That's what you have to do. You have to subtract the two from each other and then cut it in half. Now, even if this problem doesn't have one of the arcs, let's say it was something like this, where this is 30, this is 80, this is 100, like they have, and these are the arcs that are over here to here, right? They have all these other arcs labeled, but they don't have that one, the one that you need. Remember, what do circles have to add up to be? 360. 360. So you can take 360, subtract off the 100, subtract off the 80, subtract off the 30, and you can find what's left. Okay? Yeah, it's like 130 or something like that. What is this? Is that a 110? So it's 150 maybe for that one. So, but you have to find whatever's missing and then do the same formula. You take these two and subtract them from each other and then cut it in half, and that'll be this angle over here. Okay? All right. That's how you do it. Now, the other type of problem that could sit here for your problem number 10 is a problem where they cross on the inside, like this. Could be like that one. Where I think on the practice test days, or back in chapter 10, we had a problem like there was a number 1 sitting here. To do this, the angle, let's go 50 and this is 40. Angle number 1 is actually looking at both of these arcs. The trick was on that where they're crossing on the inside, it's the number directly in the middle of the two arcs that it looks at. So angle number 1 is the 45 degrees. It's the number in between 40 and 50. So this is 45 and that's 45. Now the trick, the formula for that, if you want to know a formula, because some people just don't like that it's always the middle number between them, you add the two arcs together that it's looking at. You're adding the 40 and the 50, you add them together and then cut it in half. And then you do 45. So instead of subtracting, you'd actually add if they are crossing on the inside. Okay, questions on how to find that angle in the middle. Okay, those are the only two problems that will sit there for number 10. Those style will be like that one or the one over there. Just be prepared. I mean, this stuff we had in the last chapter test, the chapter 10 test, so it's not going to be anything stretch. I'm not going to try to make up some super difficult problem. Okay, we're good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Again, formulas, you'll need to know them by heart. So I will not have anything on the board, and no, I will not tell anyone how to do it, because I always get that, or you didn't teach us this. Yeah, you just didn't pay attention.
Well,
So, all right, moving on. Okay, all right, on this one, since the sticks are crossing on the outside, we did problems like this on the last chapter 10 test. You have to take the entire stick times the piece on the outside. So you're going to take 8 times x, and you're going to set that equal to the entire stick down here times the piece on the outside. So 4 times 12. And then what you do is you just solve for x. You know, multiply those together, divide the 8 over.
4 times 12.
The one that was on the previous test that everyone kept butchering, that there's like, Ward, you never taught us this. It's the same work. It was some picture that looked like this. And the trick was, I don't know if it was to find this piece or just to find the other piece. Whatever it was, let's say this is a 3 and let's say this is a, I don't say it's a 5. I don't care what it is. Okay, whatever it is. You have to take the whole stick times the piece on the outside, just like that. So you're taking, on this picture, you're taking 5 times the 3
Equals x.
and setting that equal to the piece on the outside, which is x, times the length of the whole stick. Well, the whole stick is still x.
2x.
You take, so if you multiply those, that's x squared, not 2x. And then you take the square root. We talked about that. That was a formula we talked about. It was on the PowerPoint we did on that stuff. Now,
3.5.
if you didn't have those, again, all I do is take the piece on the outside times the whole stick, piece on the outside times the whole stick. That's how it's set up.
3.5.
But the problem was, on that last test, this is what was throwing off everybody. There was a 3, there's a 2 sitting here. And everyone kept taking 3 times 2. I warned you, you have to take the whole stick, which is the 5, because you have to add the two pieces together. Okay, to figure out what the whole stick is, unless they just give it to you. Alright, now, the only other problem that can sit here for number 11 is if the sticks cross on the inside. That would be the only other type of problem that could sit there. So, if I have my circle, and we have the sticks cross on the inside like that. I think we did a problem where it was something like, this is a 4, this is an X, this is a 10, and that's a 6, let's say. Whatever it is, you take each piece and multiply it. So you take one stick, which I'm going to take this piece and this piece, that's one stick. You multiply those two parts together, and you set it equal to the other two pieces multiplied together, 6 times 10. So that's 60, that's a 4x, you divide, get x is 15. Questions on what problems could sit there for number 11? It'll be any of those problems I just showed you a little bit ago, including one that looks like the one that you have, because that's all the stuff from chapter 10 that we covered. Those are like major topics that you should know how to do to find segments of chords or to find arcs, angles I should say, arc measures. Okay, let's move on. Last problem of the day. The last problem is an area problem. I'm just going to warn you right now, we'll scroll down to it. The area problem will either be based on rectangles, which are squares, right? A triangle, or a circle. That's it. I'm going to only pick the main three. I'm not going to pick some weird obscure one we've never discussed. So,
Definitely pick another one like this one.
okay, so on this problem, it looks super difficult, it's really not. The trick is, this is just, you're trying to find the area of the entire shaded part. It's just a bunch of little rectangles put together. So you're just going to find individual rectangles. This is how I would do it. I would draw lines straight down, and I would find the area of each piece and just add them together. So how do you find areas of rectangles? Length times width. We talked about it before, right? So you take length times width, that gives you the area of that piece. So find that little piece I have shaded there. You're taking 2 times the 2.8. You get 5.6. Okay, that's the area of that little piece by itself. Okay, now, we're going to add that distance, that area, and you're going to add that to the other one. So, the area of this piece, I'll try to color code as we go. The area of this piece now, well, you take the height of it, like the length and width, the height of it is 4. How I know the height of it is 4, it's 2 and 2, so that's a total of 4. And you're taking that times 2.8. That's the length times the width. So it's 2.8 across, 4 down. Or whatever that number is. You're going to multiply that together. So that's a 2, carry a 3. That's what, 11.2? And we're going to add that to the next one. Well, the next piece is this one. That area is going 6 down, because it's 2, 2, and 2. How I know the heights are 2s? 2, there's a 2 here, and there's a 2 there. So it's a total of 6 going down, and we're going to take that times 2.8. So length times width. So we multiply those together. And that gives me the area of that shaded box. That's 6 by 2.8. So this is going to be, let's see, that's an 8, carry a 4, it's 16.8.
It's the last one.
And then the last one
I'll have a calculator second.
is, so the last area here, that's this part down here, you're taking the whole width times the whole length. Well, the whole width is 8. It's 2, 2, 2, and 2, so it's an 8 going down. And we're taking that times 2.8. We multiply that, that's a 4, carry over a 6. That's 16 plus 6, what is that? 16 plus 6 is 22. So 22.4. And we'd have to, so then your final answer is you have to add up all these areas together. Whatever that answer is. Okay, that's the area. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give you something super stupid difficult. Okay? I'm going to give you something that's relatively easy that you might have to do a calculation on. Okay? So it could be a rectangle, where you just add rectangles together, or, you find area of a rectangle. It could be a triangle. We talked about that. How you find area of a rectangle, you take the base times the height. It's the height, how tall it is. And then you cut it in half. So it's half the base times height. That's how you find area of triangles. Okay, so whatever your base is. So let's say the base is, let's just make up a number. So the base is 10. and the height is 7. Fine, you multiply them together and you cut it in half. So half the 10 times 7. So that's 70, we cut that in half, so my area is 35. Now, let's say they didn't tell me the height. Let's say that's the case. They don't tell me the height. But they did tell me these slanted lines over here. Let's say this is, that this is a 12 and this is a 12 over here. Okay, so it's kind of an isosceles triangle kind of thing. You can find the height, if you didn't know. On an isosceles triangle, to find height, because you don't need the slant line, right? You need the up and down, straight up and down number. Here's how you do it. Take the 10 on the bottom, break up the 10. So if you break up the 10 evenly, that's 5 and 5, right? Now what you have is you have a right triangle, and you can do Pythagorean Theorem. That can help you find the height. Because you know Pythagorean Theorem. I think you have to do that problem, what? It's problem number 6 up above? No, it's number 5, way up above. So you take x squared plus 5 squared equals 12 squared. This would be 25, it's 144. Subtract that across, and then you take the square root. So whatever this decimal is, fine and dandy. Whatever that number is, fine. I don't even know, what is 144 minus 25? It's like 19, 119, something like that?
Exactly, 19 and a half.
And then you take the square root of it?
140, like
144 minus 25, is that 119?
41, 1-3.
So, okay, and then areas of circles, we haven't talked about that yet. And again, whatever this number is, when you subtract that over and take the square root, whatever that decimal is, that's your height, you take it times the base,
and then
cut
you
it in
square
half.
root up on that.
Now, if it was a circle, because again, we talked about areas of circles in this class. In fact, we had a formula on it. Areas of circles, what you do on that, whatever the circle is. And let's say you had a radius of it. Let's say the radius is 6 inches. Fine. To find area, it's pi r squared. That's the area of formula for a circle. It's not 2 pi r. 2 pi r is the distance around the circumference. It's pi r squared. So you take the radius, which is 6 inches, you square it, and you take that times pi. So 6 squared is 36. That's 6 times 6. You take it times pi, and you get your area 36 roughly times 3.14.
So about 100 and something.
Yeah, you're up in that upper range. So 36 times 3.14. That's a 4 carry 2 is 12, 14, 0, 6, 3, 0, 0. That's an 18 carry 1. That's a 9, 10. So it's a 4, 10, 1, 10, 13, 1, 1, 1. 113?
Yep.
Okay. And that's whatever the inches squared, whatever it is. Alright. Questions on how to find area? Okay, it'll be something easy. I'm not going to give you some weird, stupid, obscure one. It'll be either a triangle, a rectangle, a circle, something easy enough you can find it quick. It's supposed to be just something that you should know how to do anyways before you go to Algebra 2. And we talked about areas and stuff earlier this year, and especially in circles, we talked about that. But, alright. Questions, comments? Okay, the rest of the time today is yours. You can work on wherever you need to. You can work on practice guide. You can work on other assignments if you have other projects to do. You can get review on any problems that you're not sure of. You can work quietly on something. Yeah, I know there's biology projects due and other things due today. So, yes. Okay. Remember, tomorrow, you will not be getting your practice guide back. You have to turn it in tomorrow. I will, as you walk in tomorrow and I take your practice guides, I will give you your constructions that you've done. It's all stapled together all 5 days if you were here for all 5 days. I'll give those back so you know. Remember, on the semester test, the last 2 problems are constructions. Even if you've been here or not, there is going to be 2 constructions on the back, and it is your obligation to learn them. I will make sure those videos are posted tonight, right after school. I will do that as soon as possible. I had them online, I just took them offline for Friday, so you wouldn't get lost in what days we were clicking on. I'll put those tonight, so you can watch all those videos, and I'll even link other websites you can watch how they do the same 10 constructions we've done. So, I think Fridays is still up. I didn't take that one down. It was just Monday through Thursday. What? Yeah. So you think you can do right now.